guys. It's the T3 Media.
Through the media.
Fagan, and joining me, as always, is Chris.
Prepare yourself, guys. We are back. You know what? Sometimes we don't always get the lighting and everything all perfect. I have to moisturize. That's why we were late, so I'm sorry about that. If I don't get the pH balance of the cocoa butter just right, the whole show goes to bloody hell. Thank you for joining us through another episode of The Rundown, guys. I can't wait to get into it. And yeah, that's it.
And also joining us tonight is Giovanni.
How you doing? Giovanni with the Unoriginal Comics. Glad to be here, guys. It's been a while, so
back in the house.
Yes, I'm back in the house and back to talk about some more movie news.
Is that a wired mouse right there?
It is, but it's also a gaming mouse.
A gaming mouse. Show that mouse off real quick. Yeah, it lights up.
It
has a tail. I don't appreciate that.
I think it's Corsair, the brand.
Well, guys, like always, we're gonna go through a couple of topics from the week. We're just gonna go through like 4 topics since we already do the Rundown Rush on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unless something comes up. And I'll keep you guys updated if there's not going to be one on Friday. So we're gonna go through 4 topics. We're gonna talk a little bit about She-Hulk. We're gonna talk about Andor. We're gonna discuss movies that are coming soon this year, next year, and the year after. And we're going to go into a little Keke Palmer fan casting conversation here. So we're going to get deep into that. So, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, check the comments section. We are monitoring that. And let us know your thoughts on all the topics that we're going to run down. Also, double check you see the box right here? You see the goals right here. I'm going to try this one more time. 10 new subscribers, at least 20 likes on this video. And the goal for this week is, again, $50. If we can get $50 of super chats in, then we can fulfill Giovanni's contract. If not, he will be destroyed. So hopefully you guys have something that you want. But whether you do or not, we appreciate it if you want to help donate. It does help the channel out. But if not, we'll still be monitoring the comments. But everything that you type in the comments, I will be answering sarcastically. So, with that out of the way, Joy, what is the first topic of the week?
First topic up is She-Hulk. And you're like the lone wolf over here.
I'm the lone wolf on it. The reason why she says that, because out of everybody on the panel, I'm the only one that had the balls to watch the latest episode of She-Hulk. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. And where I think it's moving forward. So if you haven't seen She-Hulk, spoiler alert, guys, I was already told from people who have not seen it, they don't care if I spoil it or not. But to be honest with you guys, even if they did, I wouldn't care because I don't give a damn. So let me. You like that sound effect right there? You like that when I'm dropping them truth bombs on you? Yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah. So She-Hulk. So what happened this week in She-Hulk? So this was just like the main character. Jennifer Walters. She said it herself. It's just a filler episode. She looked right into the camera and said, "This episode is just a standalone. Doesn't really have anything to do with the overall plot. So if you missed it, we can move along." But I was on a 3 or 4 week streak when I said that this episode is the best one so far. This one's the funniest one so far. Every week I felt like it was getting funnier and funnier. The thing I liked about it was the case that they had with there was a character, I forgot what his name was, Mr. Invincible, where a character who...
Mr. Immortal?
Mr. Immortal, thank you. Where Mr. Immortal, do you know about Mr. Immortal in Marvel? He's a character who cannot die. In the She-Hulk, this was a guy who asked the law firm to represent him because he's a superpowered person who, when he dies, he comes back to life. He cannot die. He's Mr. Immortal. And he has used this And this is why you need to watch this. And you better be careful because this is funny. If I had this power, a lot of people would be in trouble right now. He uses this power to his benefit of that. What is that saying when you get married? Till death do us part.
Death do us part, yeah.
Divorced about 7 different people with that technicality. Just killed himself, disappeared, and moved on to the next because he doesn't like awkward confrontation. He doesn't
like conflict.
He doesn't like
So he just
awkward
dips.
conflict. So he just dies and dips.
That's like the worst way of ghosting.
But here's the thing. Is it legal? I mean, it's literally ghosting because he killed himself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is that technicality that's illegal? Technically, yes. Technically, is he still married to any of these people? Technically, I would say no. He actually fulfilled that marital contract and died. His heart stopped. He ceased. He was released of the mortal coil. Dead. So they didn't. So I was like, are they
then
gonna?
He comes back like instantly, or like
He comes
a day
back
or two
instantly.
later.
I mean, whatever. I don't know what he's done. I can't remember how he killed himself with each and every person. But I guess he's like a guy who loves to be in love. And they tackled the case. Here's the thing I did not like about it. She-Hulk didn't take on this case. She was gone. She was the B story. That was the B story. The main story was that she was invited to a wedding that she had to attend, old high school friend. And then a lot of things happened there. It's weird that for the A story, I'm like, a lot of things happened, yada, 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 let's move on. But the B story to me was more interesting. But it would have been even better if she handled it. And then they resolved it. They pretty much, the side characters, who I'm starting to like a lot more, is She-Hulk's assistant, her best friend.
I've always liked her.
I love that. She has this little fiery attitude about her. I liked it when she was handling the whole thing with Titania last week. She's just eating her popcorn while Titania's doing these insults. Like, she's not fazed by anything. I like her as a character. And she handled this case, and the other lawyer handled this case. It's fine. But I feel like She-Hulk would have been better to handle that one because it's attorney at law. We're still getting the law. It's fine. Moving on to the A story. It seemed like this was going to be a thing where She-Hulk was going to deal with a bridezilla or a bully. I mean, she even announced that she was pretty much being a bridezilla. People were quitting this wedding. Staff was quitting because what did she say? Because I'm quote unquote being too difficult or too mean and stuff. And she's tasking everybody to like clean up and stuff. But she's mostly telling Jennifer to do all this gopher work. It was weird. So I thought this was going to be an episode where She-Hulk was going to deal with gaslighting from the bridezilla and bullying. From the whole way, but it didn't go there. It started to go there, and I was like, okay, how's she gonna deal with this? Is she gonna kill everybody? Just Hulk out and kill? It started that, and then it kind of didn't happen. Then Titania shows up again, which is we've already had her in 3 episodes. I like her, but she's not the most interesting villain.
Well, as Nixon is saying, there definitely has to be some sort of. We're laying a foundation, a framework, a hints, something, Easter egg. She's talking about Easter eggs. There's a reason, even though that
That's the
seems
reason
like
why
a point.
why Titania keeps showing up.
Well, like,
but by her
you're
saying
looking at
that
this,
doesn't
seeing like this is a pointless episode, but yet there's got to be little tidbits of things in there that mean something for later, even though it doesn't seem like it's anything important.
I mean, yeah, I can see that, but it seemed. I mean, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. I just feel that this episode could have been served better. If it's fine that it was a wedding episode. She looks like she might have a new love interest that might be coming into play. That's all fine. But my question is, it just felt like this episode could have gone in so many directions. It could have been so interesting, and it did not. And it's fine. And on top of that, it wasn't even the funniest episode that they've done. With you raised the stakes when you had a character like Madison, and I mean already being portrayed in comic conventions and stuff. There's nobody dressing up like Titania. So why are we beating that dead horse? So maybe you're right. Maybe there was things that I didn't see that I missed. But overall, I can't be mad at this episode because it at least called itself out. She looked into the camera and said, "This is just a filler episode." So, gotta give it to her for that. You're damn right, it sure was. And no, we did not get Daredevil. So we were teased Daredevil.
No.
This should have been. So here's the question that I'm going to pose. I'll propose to everybody in the chat room. Do you think they're going to just save Daredevil for the very last episode? Like the very maybe that the thing that we saw in the trailer was a end credit scene of the last episode. What if do you think that's possible? And if they did that, how pissed would you be, Giovanni? Because I can already tell by the question is pissing you off.
I mean, if you're gonna tease Daredevil, wouldn't you want to at least have him in a scene? Wouldn't you want him to have like have him have more meaning into it? Like,
I mean, being a lawyer and everything.
yeah,
right?
him being a lawyer.
Yeah.
And
You would think.
this is a show about She-Hulk being an attorney. Or is this going to be some kind of teaser for Daredevil's Disney Plus show?
I mean,
know they're gonna
it
do
could
that,
just
right?
be a Daredevil Born Again. I mean, that's my point. That now I'm starting to feel like the very last episode end credit scene is just going to be a teaser for. Stay tuned, guys, because Charlie Cox is coming back and Born Again. How do you feel about that? It makes you scream out.
It feels like it's just like the Disney Plus formula. Like, you watch this, but teaser, you're going to watch this other show
Right.
because we want you to keep watching all of our stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, how many episodes are there? We're already on.
I think they're going to be are there 9 episodes or 9?
You're already on 6. We
They're
just
already on
finished
6. So
you
I
don't
think
have much
I think this
left.
one has 9. Daredevil, just as what I heard, Daredevil, just like Andor, and we're going to talk about Andor a little bit later, is going to have 12.
Andor's going to have 12 episodes?
Andor is 12 episodes. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later. I'm wondering if it's setting us up for just a little. Him being a lawyer doesn't seem to matter. There was also another lawyer, a real life lawyer on this show that nobody's talking about, that I brought up a couple of times last week. The guy that she went on the first date with as She-Hulk, the black guy, the muscles, asking her how much she can bench, he's a lawyer in real life. His name is David Otunga, ex-husband. I don't think they're married anymore. Ex-husband of singer Jennifer Hudson. He's a wrestler, or was a wrestler for the W. And that was his gimmick. He was funny. He's a real big dude, wears suspenders, got the button-down shirt, and he would always be sipping his coffee, giving people legal advice between matches. It was a very funny gimmick, and I do not know why he was released from the WWE. Maybe something happened, I don't know. But he's a real-life lawyer, and they didn't use that for his character. He's total opposite. They should have. Him being a lawyer and a meathead would have been funny as hell. I'm also a lawyer, but I don't talk about it too much, How much can you bench? That would have been hilarious. So I don't think they're going to talk. I don't think Matt Murdock is going to be asking for legal advice when he makes his premiere. What do you think?
That was your final, somewhere in the final seconds of the episode could be, who's my opposing lawyer today? Like,
I would love it if Matt Murdock had to litigate against Jess, and she would get her, and
your closing scene.
and then he would like clean the floor with her, like in court, like just totally